Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this morning for another album review, and this is for Pink's new album, Hurts to Be Human. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to and let you know what I thought of this album. So let's dive into this review. Now, this is her 8th studio album, and I used to like Pink back in the day with the So What song. There were other songs that I know of. Please Don't Leave Me was not a bad one. It was kind of an emotional song, or somewhat of an emotional song. But this album, it's mixed good and bad. Hustle, the first song it has a nice tempo, melody to it, and I like the lyrics in it, where she's like, "Don't fuck with me, don't hustle me." I love that line right there. That's really catchy, and the song does make you want to dance around to this, this song. It just makes you want to dance around because it's really catchy. I did give it a 4 out of 5 only because there were cringe moments in the first song of the album, and it just, sorry if I'm moving around the camera too much. It's just I'm trying to keep it steady mostly. But this album was average mostly. There were some good tracks on here. Like Walk Me Home was my favorite one. Hurts to Be Human, the title track, was really good. Courage was very good. And My Attic. Those were the only 4 songs that were really good. Everything else was just between not bad, decent, and average. Well, the last song was definitely average. It sounded similar to the Circle Game song, but with acoustic guitars and kind of a similar melody, but it tries to be different, but it just feels a little vague and simple. It just doesn't change or anything, the melody doesn't have a change in the melody or a different kind of change with this melody that's for the Last Song of Your Life song. It just feels plain and similar to Circle Game. I think it does. This is just my take on it. You may not agree with me on this, you may have different opinions, but it's just how I feel about the song and what I noticed coming into that song and Circle Game. Just, it sounded similar, and that doesn't technically do good. It doesn't make the song really good. It just kind of dies down towards the end of the album and gets very mellow, and which isn't a bad thing. It's just, does it work in this situation? Somewhat. But I didn't hate these songs. I just thought they were decent or average. Like tracks 11, 12, and 13 were just mellow tracks, basically, and mostly acoustic guitars in them, which I like the lyrics in Circle Game, which are not too bad, but the melody just feels plain and just doesn't have enough momentum to really strive to be a good song, unfortunately. But Hey, Why Miss You Sometime was a decent song too. The auto-tune in it just... No, I couldn't stand the auto-tune in that song. It just felt a little stupid. This is just my opinion on what I thought of that song. You may not agree with me on it. Like I said in the last time, you may not agree with me on what I think of this whole album. It's just my opinion. And I'm just throwing it out there just so you guys understand where I'm coming from. But, Can We Pretend had this lyric in it that we won't fight the president or whatever, and I did not like that lyric. I was like, what? Like, you're gonna support a dumbass? No offense, but don't mean to piss off the president or anything, but I hated that lyric. That's just my opinion. I have a right to my own opinion, but I just didn't like that lyric. But the dubstep in the song, I really danced around to. It's something to get moving to. And something to really enjoy. Courage was a great track, and Happy just felt decent and plain. I don't really have much to say more on this album, only that the fact that it does good in certain areas of the album for a couple tracks, but when it gets to like the mellow tracks, it dies down a little bit and gets a little boring, unfortunately. I'm not saying I hate this album. I just think this album is okay. And out of 10, I'm gonna give this an average rating of a 7.5 out of 10. Because it does good in certain areas of this album. Like a couple tracks that got 5 out of 5s. But then for most of the tracks, they just feel plain and simple and like you've heard it before, mostly, and they just don't change. The melody just feels simple and very plain and like something you've heard before in different songs, mostly. I can't give you an example of what song, but I can tell you that it sounds similar to almost each song that you've heard. But comment below, let me know what you guys thought of this Pink album, Hurts to Be Human, if you've heard it. And if you like this review, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you probably tonight for the Rob Thomas Chip to Smile album review. I just got to listen to it today, probably a couple times, and then I'll be able to judge it. So thank you for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video.